so much, Dr. Kabir, and once again, my regards to this esteemed panel and the audience today. It's absolutely an honor and privilege for myself as well as for BMC Software to be on this great showcase today. If we look at the last few years, and particularly the last two, where all of us have been, impacted in more ways than one due to pandemic, if there are two sectors which have truly come out and leveraged digital as a platform to deliver services, these are health and education. And we are seeing how, doctors and teachers and the medical staff and the school staff, they have gone above and beyond to ensure zero disruption when it comes to provision of health services, education services. Health in particular, because that directly relates to the well-being of any individual, our families, our friends, and the large public in general. And it was super important that this entire industry creates a benchmark in terms of how health services are provided. And I'm very proud that our country in particular, and when I look at Dwivedi ji, Bhupendra, Niranjan, Vishal, the respective organizations that you're leading, great role that everybody played in delivering of the services. Now there are three things that particularly come to my mind that connects to what we do as BMC and what the whole health industry and hospitals in particular have done. One is that since the time the pandemic came in and physical travel became almost impossible, the opportunity that came in this adversary was a greater collaboration between the hospital staff or medical staff, let's say doctors, not only doctors within the same hospital, doctors across hospitals, doctors across continents, that spoke to each other, discussed matters with each other, collaborated with each other like never before on common issues, on common problems. And that required a great digital platform, always available digital platform with which information about patients, their historical records, collaboration between doctors, the prescriptions, the plan, which in technology term we call remediation, but in a healthcare term calls the overall well-being of the subjects which are coming in, had to be discussed. And that required an always available system that was available to doctors 24/7, because the entire medical staff was working like 18 hours a day, many times 24 hours a day, depending on the pandemic situation which was there in each country, particularly in India, because of the large population that we are dealing with, and specifically in the concentrated populations across metros. So great collaboration happened with the help of always available system, and that is where ensuring the availability, performance of systems were very critical for the entire medical fraternity, where technologies as though that we call AI ops, etc., played a key role to ensure that upkeep. Second is that while we as a medical community was taking care of public at large, we also had to take care of our own people, which means the staff, hospital staff, the medical staff, the doctors. We had so many of them working day and night, getting fatigued, requiring help. Help could be related to something to do with medical, something to do with HR, let's say their salaries, something to do with their IT equipment, something to do with medical equipment, which means as a hospital, I had to ensure that my people, my staff have everything that they need, and very quickly. And that is where something called service management played a very key role, where many organizations, pharmaceutical companies, healthcare organizations adopted best-in-class service management platforms with the access given to their staff, their employees, wherein if I need a new medical equipment, I'm able to put in a request. I need an advanced salary, I'm able to put in a request. I need a particular IT equipment, I'm able to put in a request. Or many other facilities, procurement things that I needed as an employee were provisioned to me very quickly. And third and the last area which attained a huge amount of importance and adoption is automation, wherein many mundane tasks that had to be done manually earlier, now were getting automated. For example, any hospital has a huge supply chain wherein medical supplies had to be, procured in time. The suppliers were facing manufacturing issues because for them to manufacture different medical supplies, they were facing shortage of staff. So there was a lot of automation that suppliers did in the manufacturing setups, lot of automation that hospital did in terms of ensuring that the demand and supply gap is met. Anytime certain demand is coming, it is being monitored, and there is some system in place that is able to capture the demand and pass the demand to the supply chain, so that at any given point of time, I have surplus capacity, or at least the minimum capacity that I need to be able to serve the patients in the hospital. We faced oxygen shortage at certain times, and then suddenly every hospital and government institutions took step to meet that supply, and it required a lot of automation of processes, IT processes in particular. Similarly, when lot of transactions are being made with the banks, patients are coming making payments, corporates are coming and making payments. We have to pay the suppliers for the medical supplies that we are bringing in. We have to pay the pharmacies for the medicines that are coming in, right? So there is a lot of reconciliations every single day that had to happen. How much money that I have to pay to whom, how much money I have to receive, and reconciliations between the hospitals and the banks, which till then were being done a lot manually, and then started happening in an automated fashion with the use of automation technologies as those of that BMC provides. These three areas within the healthcare industry attained a high importance. Just to recap, always available medical systems, better taking care of hospital staff to meet their medical, IT, HR needs, and finally the automation. And with these three coming together, so many case studies have been created in the last couple of years where hospitals after hospitals and medical institutions have showcased that how they have achieved world-class services in a country like India, which is still at a development stage and containing pandemics like no other country has done. So great achievement and great use of technology, great use of digital that I've seen, and I feel very proud as a citizen as well as a service provider from BMC to the medical fraternity in India, that we could partner with a lot of institutions, and I could see a great transformation coming in. So that is what I wanted to share, and thank you so much, Dr. Kapil, for this opportunity.